Hello and welcome to Friday with Fiona. I'm just going to make sure the volume is working. Yes, great. And my do not disturb's just gone on. So welcome to Friday with Fiona. I have to say it's a beautiful day. What a difference a week makes. Absolutely incredible. Thank goodness that wind has gone. I do not like it. So today we are using the Heartfelt Hellos, which is a Sale-A-Bration stamp, free with a £45 purchase. Let's just get onto my hands. Oh, why didn't that work? Now I've gone completely. Let's start again, shall we? Yay! Third time lucky. So this is the Sale-A-Bration brochure, which I've shown you before, and on page 17 is the join offer. I can't believe we're like this time next week, it's February. So we're already halfway through. So this is just to show you, this is the glass mat that I'm using. You get the chamois and the silicone tray, which is just incredible, for £99. And you get to spend £130 and get this as well. Or if you don't want that, then you get to spend £160 for £99. So fantastic. I'd love to have you join my team. So today we are using the Heartfelt Hello stamp set, which is free with a £45 purchase. And it's just sentiments, which is fab. Absolutely love this. So I've got some beautiful cards, and we're also using, well, I think they're beautiful, you may disagree, we're also using one of the free designer series paper. We're using the Flight and Airy, which is just so beautiful and lovely and springy, especially with the sun shining today. It just seems perfect. So that's Sale-A-Bration, and that goes along with either the main catalogue, the mini catalogue, or the online exclusives. And we do have some more stuff coming. I've also got some new kits. I'd love to hear if you're interested. I'm planning on starting a kit together series, where I will show you the new kits, well, any kits, because I have hundreds of them. It's exaggeration, I have a lot and I need to start using them up. So I would show you how to make the basic cards in the kit, and then also some alternatives to do that. Now I've got some glare on my glass mat, so I'm just going to put my grid paper down. That's the host code if you want to buy anything in my online store. And if you do, don't forget, I will send you everything that you need to make these 3 cards. 2 of each, so 6 cards altogether, except the sentiments. You need to either use what you've got or get hold of this. The other exciting news is I've joined with a group of demonstrators. We're the Tech for Stampers, and it's a tutorial bundle. So there's one for January, which you would get at the moment if you spend £45 with me. So just to clarify, to get the class to go, you need to spend £30 in my online store. If you spend £45 at the moment till the end of February, you'll qualify for a free Sale-A-Bration item. You'll also get a free pack of gems from me and this tutorial bundle, which will be emailed to you. And there's 11 of us. Seems an odd number, but anyway, there's 11 of us from UK, USA, and Australia. So yeah, some very different ideas. So that's really exciting. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so using the Heartfelt Hellos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentiments. We've got Mother's Day, Easter, Dad, and then some lovely ones. They're just great, and they're quite big. So now this is a fancy fold, and I have done it before, but not for a while. I did it with the One Horse Open Sleigh designer series paper back last year when it came out, and it was designed by Rachel Tessman, who's an American demonstrator. So it's a little bit of a fancy fold. So I've got everything ready to hopefully save some time, just to show you. So it's inside and out. So you have that bit like that. Open that, you've got something on the reverse, and it is lined up with this paper as well, and then there's for your sentiment, and you could also put designer series paper on there, but I don't think I've got enough. So that's what we're making today. First one. So this is Misty Moonlight. Now the white, as you can see, you tuck this bit behind a bit of designer series paper. So this started off as 18.5 by 14.8, and then I scored it at 7.5, which is why you've only got like 2/3 of the front. This piece was, might be easier to measure it actually. Well, that's upside down, that doesn't help. Let's do it here. Right, yeah, it's 10.5 by 10.5, and then it's scored at 2.5. Now, if you spend £30 in my online store and you get the class to go, you will get full written instructions with photos and measurements and everything. So what I'm going to do first is layer that onto there. I'm going to use Seal Plus for this. I'm going to use Seal for the designer series paper, but we need this to stay nice and strongly attached. I'm just going to line that up so that it's at the half. Whoa. Try and line this up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just eyeballing it, so that looks about right. I've just done it with the score line, so it's really lined up there. Then we pop our basic white, which is 10 by 14.3, and I'm just going to pop that on, and that hides the join basically. Here we go. It's not quite straight, but never mind. Then we've got various bits of designer series paper. So I've got this bit here, which is going to go on the outside at the front. This bit here, which is a continuation, is going to go over here. And then these bits are for the front. So let's do this front panel first. So beautiful birds and trees and everything on one side, and then on the other side you have almost like a watercolor. Not sure if that's the right description. Make sure I've got that the right way. There we go. That's the front panel, and then the inside panel, which I think is lovely because, you know, and now I thought of it, I should have done a bit on that inside. Just depends how much spare designer series paper you have, really. And that lines up, so that's continuing on to there. Okay, now on the front, that's going to be for my sentiment. And I need to line these bits up, make sure which one's the top and which one's the bottom. Yes, there we go. See, that's the tail of the bird. Good job, I checked. So they are going to go top and bottom, and my sentiment's going to go in the middle. So it's a fun fold, but as you can see, it's a really, once you've done the cutting and scoring, it's really quite straightforward. I actually love this, I think, because it you have designer series paper on the inside. Right, there's my little birdie. And I love the colours in this. So I've got Misty Moonlight base, and the bird I think is Misty Moonlight. And then we've got some lemon lolly, some fresh freesia, some, I'm not sure what the pink is actually. Let's have a quick look at the designer series paper, if I can find it. Right, so it's boho blue bubble, bubble bath is the pink, and flirty flamingo, fresh freesia. Yeah, so there we go. Lots of lovely springy colours. So now I'm going to stamp Enjoy Your Day in Misty Moonlight. I can get that open. And this is a cling stamp, so I don't need to put anything under my piece of card to stamp it. I'm just going to bring it into the middle. Try and get the sentiments straight. Really, you should stamp and then cut. It's not entirely straight, but it'll do. Not using that again. Clean that in a minute. And then I'm going to pop that in the middle there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring these up and give them more of a frame, because otherwise there's going to be a big gap between the white. So because I used Seal, I can get that off relatively easily. If I'd used Seal Plus, it wouldn't stand a hope. And this spatula I got ages ago, but they do Stampin' Up! Do one that goes with the pick tool. There we go. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to lie that in the middle, and I'm going to put some wet glue. It's still sticky, but just to make sure. Turn that sideways, get that out of the way. So you can see I'm just getting it a bit more of a border. Oh, wrong way around. Just spotted the bird's tail in time. There we go. And then leave that there. And then the same with this bit. A bit more of a border. There we go. Take that out now. Just give that a good. And now I won't have such a big gap between. Oh, this is driving me mad, this grid paper. I need to stick it down, just keep stopping it moving. Here we go. And then I'm going to pop that in the middle. And then I've got a nicely, hopefully, balanced with my gaps. And that's just basic white we stamped in Misty Moonlight. There we go. And there we go, got pink ribbon. I did already tie it because tying bows on videos are tricky. I'm just going to make that, and then that's going to just go there. So let's just trim that. Just straighten it out a bit. And a glue dot. And at an angle. And there you go. Just pull that through a bit. There you go, that's card one. I have to say I really love that. I just love the colours. Yeah, I did make that the wrong size, but that is the correct size. Okay, that's card one. So moving swiftly on. Let's get rid of this ribbon. Oh, I think I'm a bit staticky today. Okay, so this one is completely different. We're using Crumb Cake, which I kind of used to like it, and then I got out of the habit of using it and really don't use it very much at all. But I just think it's quite effective with the Lost Lagoon. And again, you've got the beautiful pinks, freesias, the blues and the yellows together are lovely. So this is regular card base, so 21 centimetres by 14.8, scored at 10.5. Then my piece of Lost Lagoon is 8 by 12.3, and the white is 7.5 by 11.8. So just to give you a border around it. And then there's a bit for inside as well. They are actually the same size. So I'll pop one inside now so I don't get too confused. There we go. And then I'm going to put my designer series paper. Now the designer series paper is 7 by 7. Going to try and get it the right way. I didn't get the birds on particularly. I'm more sort of on the flowers really. I'm not really a bird person. So and as you can see, the other side is pretty as well. Boho blue and flirty flamingo, but I'm going for the brighter side. Okay, and then this little strip is for the inside. And again, make sure I've got it the right way up. Did I leave a bit of white? Yes, I did. So that's just going to go across there. And it's just, you know, continuing your pattern. I just think it's nice to give a bit of interest on the inside. And don't forget, both the designer series paper and the stamp sets I'm using are free during Sale-A-Bration with a purchase, minimum £45. Now, this ribbon is going to go round. I'm just going to mark it. I don't want to do the ribbon yet. I want to stamp, but I don't want to stamp too low down. And I can rub that out afterwards. So this is Lost Lagoon ink, and I'm stamping Hello. And unfortunately, I seem to need quite a few cards of not sympathy, but people having tough times, and it's good to make a card and send a card. Hashtag make a card, send a card. Right, let's line this up, and I want it to be above my pencil mark, which it is. It's lovely, and I'll clean that later. I don't worry so much about the cling stamps because they don't stain. Those of you that watch me know I'm a bit OCD when it comes to cleaning my stamp sets if they're Philadelphia photopolymer. Goodness gracious, my brain is really, I don't know what's the matter with it lately. I heard on the news the other day that they think they've had a bit of a breakthrough with diagnosing Alzheimer's like 15 years before you get it. And I think I might actually need to get tested. Okay, so now I'm layering onto the Lost Lagoon, and as you can see, it's picking up the Lost Lagoon in there, which I think is lovely. Right, so now I've got a bit, need to just rub that out. These pencils are brilliant because the rubber's really effective. There we go, I can't see that at all. Now I just need to get my sellotape ready because this is the tricky bit. So I'm going to go around, just literally at the top of the designer series paper. I'm going to go around and stick that with some sellotape. There we go. And that side as well. There we go. Can go out the way. And then I'm just layering it flat because I'm so aware of how much our postage is these days. Seal Plus, don't do this to me, please. Okay. I think I'll use wet glue to make sure this stays on properly. Seeing as Seal Plus is not playing today. Make sure I've got it the right way up. The other day I went to get a card and it was back to front. Okay, just line that up so we've got a nice frame around it. Now it's going to have a little bit of a bump in it because of the ribbon, but that's okay. And then I've also tied this one earlier, so that's going to go to make it a bit smaller actually. And then trim that. And a glue dot again. See, these really are quite straightforward, quick cards, but I just think the paper and the sentiments together absolutely beautiful. And I hope you agree. Okay, there we go. That's card 2. That one really was. The designer series paper, I think, has done like the heavy lifting there. Okay, so that's card 2. Moving swiftly on. Now, when I saw this sentiment, I thought, blimey, you know, Mother's Day already. But actually, guys, February next week. And as we all know, Mothering Sunday is in March. So I thought, why not? Now, again, the designer series paper, and this time the one I'm using, it's picking up, this is Fresh Freesia base, and it's picking up the Fresh Freesia there. And then this is Pecan Pie, so I stamped, and this is Pecan Pie. So that's the focus. And this ribbon is called, it's in the annual catalogue, it's just called Natural Wavy Trim. And I have to say, it's quite light. I hope I've made that long enough. Yeah, hopefully. Again, I've got everything ready. So this is 29.6 by 10.5, scored at 14.8 to give me the base. My Pecan Pie is 12 by 8. Whoops, 12 by 8. And the designer series paper is half a centimetre, so 11.5 by 7.5. And that's just going to go on. Literally, this is a case of layering it. Oh, we're going to use a punch today. Not sure I've used it before. It was in the mini catalogue, which just finished. So the what I call the holiday one, you know, Christmas and Halloween, etc. But it's carried over. I think it's now an online exclusive. So you can still get hold of it. And it's called the Modern Oval Punch. Come up. So just going to get that lined up, try and get it straight. Now, before I layer that on, and I did layer that with dimensionals because I think this is quite thick. So I've got quite a lot of birds here, but we're actually going to cover some of them up. So let's get my sellotape ready again. And I'll do this side. I'm going to do it quite low so you get to see that little birdie there. And the thing is, when you cut it, it does fray a bit, so it's quite good to have the sellotape holding it in place. There we go. So I will layer that with dimensionals. Now this, I just tied it through as a knot because I just, tying a bow with this I think would be absolutely impossible. I'm going to actually use my tweezers, get it through. There we go. And just tie it in a knot. And then I'll just trim it. And I will stamp the sentiment and then I will show you the punch. So this one we're saying Happy Mother's Day. So I've got a square and we're stamping in pecan pie. I'm wondering what fresh freesia would like. Let's give it a try. Let's try fresh freesia. And just to see what the difference is. Oh, come on. That looks, I don't know, maybe it's me. I used to love brown, but had like an early espresso coloured jumper. If we don't like it, I can stamp on the other side. Oh, actually, I think that's going to look good. So let me get the punch. And it's the modern oval. Put that in there. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to use my favourite trick and pop a little bit of Post-it note on there, just so I can hold it in place. So this is the modern oval. That's better. I can hold that in place now. There we go. Let's take that bit of Post-it note off. So I'm popping that on with dimensionals, and I'm going to use the long outside bits just to save time. Don't ever throw your dimensionals away without using the edges, because they are time savers. It's brilliant to be able to use the whole bit like that, and then I'll just pop some. Oh, got another long bit, can go in the middle like that. There we go. Just making some space on my desk. There we go. Okay, and then that one needs dimensionals as well, because it's going over the twine. I think that's what I did. Yes, I did. So unfortunately that's going to count as a large letter for postage. It won't go through. I'm going to put them here rather than on the actual label, because when I did that I ended up having to move them. It's tricky. My little pot. There we go. And we'll just pop that in there. Now I'm conscious I haven't used any rhinestones, so let's get some. Now these are in the new catalogue, Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems. So I'm going to crack these open. So I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock ones on the Lost Lagoon card. and I will use the petal pink on the others. Beautiful. And there are 100 in that pack. So we'll have some petal pink. I think we'll have some little ones. I'm just going to pop them on the tree, on the flowers. 2, 3. Pretty. And I didn't have them on that one either, so gosh, really quick today. It's only taken half an hour. Right, here we go. 1, 2. Where did that go? There it is. Okay, so that is card 3. So you've got the choice of the fresh freesia. I'm liking the fresh freesia, but I think it's just because I'm not a brown person, if that makes sense. Now here's the Lost Lagoon one, so I am going to use the Pretty Peacock ones. These are gorgeous. They've got gold in. I'll hold it up to you to see in a second. I'm going to do the same thing and pop them in the middle of the flowers. Can you see the gold? Don't think you can actually. Or maybe just there. Yeah. Right, let's do the same on this one. Because at the end of the day, there's no point in buying gems and not using them, which is what I quite often do. Yeah, gold is gorgeous. Okay, so that's card 2. And last but not least, I love this. Which one is your favourite? I think this is my favourite, but now I've used fresh freesia on that one. I actually really like that one. Right, so what shall we use on here? I think we're going to use petal pink. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Have you noticed I always go in odd numbers, usually 3. I don't know what it is, but apparently some research somewhere says that your brain prefers them. And as we've got the bow down there, that works perfectly. 1, 2. Let's get one with quite, oh, went under there with quite a bit of gold in this one. 3. Okay, so there we go. Card 1, card 2, and then the different card 3. So don't forget, there's the host code if you'd like to order. You can order absolutely anything from my online store. Adhesive, cardstock, kits, you name it, whatever you want. Spend £30 and I will send you everything, the ribbon, the cardstock, the designer series paper, just not the stamped images. So you will need your own sentiments or to get that. If you spend £45, you will earn you will get the kit, the class to go. You'll also earn a free Sale-A-Bration product, so you could get either the designer series paper or the stamp set. And you will also get a pack of gems, so I will send you a pack of those gems, and the tutorial bundle with 11 tutorials in it. And this month is what is this month? Hello, which is quite, you know. Next week, what am I doing next week? Oh, next week I'm doing the thoughtful expressions. So I'm moving, I've done 4 weeks of Sale-A-Bration products. I've only got another month. Actually, nothing has sold out yet. I've been checking every day. Nothing in the UK has sold out. Nothing in Sale-A-Bration has sold out anywhere in Europe. It's some of the German and French stamp sets have in the catalogue, but not in the Sale-A-Bration. So the world's your oyster really with that. Don't forget the join offer as well. I'd love to have you on my team. And so next week I'm moving on to the mini catalogue, and it'll be Thoughtful Expressions, which is a stamp set with matching dies, label dies, as well as flowers and a hummingbird. And I love hummingbirds. Reminds me of a trip we had to Tucson, Arizona for a special birthday. Okay, I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope the weather stays like this now, and I will be back next Friday. Look forward to seeing you. Bye.